we will continue with the private data field. Then I will explain these keywords. So let's make a comment to demonstrate how to use a private data field. So if you have here, if you look at here, employee set number, we can set new value for employee number using set number methods. Then we can print it out. Data belongs to employee object. That's the typical way of dealing with data belongs to object. Let me make a comment. Let's say employee and directly access to data field called number 1234. We can still access it. So idea is this should not be allowed. So that there should be some sort of data protections, what we call as encapsulations. So if we go back to employee.java, we can protect the data using private modifier. So we can say private int number. That means the number is encapsulated within object. So here it says that number has a private access to employee class. It means the way you can manipulate data is using set methods and then get method. So let me bring it back. Remove. Here we are going to use a private modifier instead of default. If you don't specify anything, we are using default modifier. So let's change to private. So only way to change the value or access data inside the object, we have to use methods belongs to employee class. Let me make a comment. Now we are going to look at these keywords. The keywords refers to its own object. So instead of saying string name or number or age, we can refer to its own objects. So we can say int number. Here we can say number. This refers to object itself. We can say this to number. We are going to change the value for number for employee. That belongs to employee object. If we have another employee object number 2, this number refers to number 2 employee object. Next one, we say name, age, and gender, and salary. I will change it all. this dot name, then here we say name, and so on. This gender and equal to gender. So if you look at set number methods, we can say number. Here, same story. Number and this dot number. And we can continue change. Then here, this gender. This salary. You go all the way down here. This is actually called this number and this name. Basically saying depends on object. This may refers to employee object or employee number 2 object. Depends on name of objects. If you look at here, two string methods. This reference to string methods is so obvious, so we often omit it. So instead of saying this number, we just say use number, because when you invoke two string methods, we are invoking method belongs to certain object. So normally we don't put these keywords. Let me have a look. Seems okay. Again, this refers to hidden data field. That's why it cannot be omitted. So when you use a setters, you have to clearly say this and then data field equal to data field, because that data field is declared as a private. Let's clean and build. Run it. I will say no. Okay. So there's not much to change for this particular example here. So what we did was we are using multiple objects. Let's say employee number 2. So here employee set number. When you say 1, 2, 3, 4, and the employee set number 5678. Let me change to employee2. That's employee. Okay. So when you use set number, we are referring to employee object. When you use set number 5678, we are referring to employee number 2 object. So let me just comment. This refers to employee object. So here we say that set number. When we say 1234, 1234 refers to number data field of employee object. But when we assign 5678, we are using set number methods that belongs to employee2 object. So if we type here 5678, we are referring to employee2 object. Okay, that's the idea of using these keywords so that we can simplify our codings. Okay, let me remove it. Let me have a look, then I explain one more things here. So if you look at here, salary for example, we have a private data field. We can use code generations for setter and getter so that we can speed up our codings. Or we can say that we can focus on design objects and then classes. So let's go down. Look at the methods. Match with salary. So there will be get and set salary. We can remove. Instead of typing, you can say insert code. You can select getter and setter. Select the salary data field. Generate. So you end up with exactly the same coding. So this is another reason why you need to understand how to use these keywords, because code generation comes with these keywords. Okay. Let me quickly have a look. Seems okay. Here's a minor mistake. I should say making data field private protects data. Okay. Other seems okay. So in terms of coding here and then employee app, same. Only here employee and these keywords. And then I was quickly demonstrating how to use code generation for set and get methods. That's all for today. Thank you.